The single carrier model, it's not that it can't work, or it's always inferior to a multi-carrier shipping strategy, but I think it really it limits options and flexibility is probably the simplest way to say it. UPS and FedEx, largely they can offer services that meet the needs of most companies and handles or can support the volume, whether it's commercial, residential, all different types, shapes and sizes and weights. But if you're only working with one carrier, if your business changes, if you have something that doesn't fit nicely within their program, then you don't have an option to really influence it. You're not going to go to a UPS and FedEx and say, I want you to customize everything you do for me. That's not going to happen. And so
Exactly.
there's that part to where you're a bit inflexible. You don't have options. The other then, the question about the rates and the expense is that if you're working with one carrier, now if you've got a very strong relationship, uh, very close collaboration, then there's likely value provided from that carrier that is sufficient, but you really don't, again, have a strong ability to influence from a negotiation standpoint or rates if there's no really incentive, aside from just being a good partner, to from that carrier to provide concessions on rates. And what happens is if you've got a lot of volume and it's only with one carrier, uh, the benefit of doing that, there's a point of diminishing returns. So if you ship 10 million packages and it's all with one carrier, well, if you ship 13 million, you grow, you're not really going to get a really strong pricing benefit if you're only talking to one carrier. There's no competition. Um, they don't have a lot of incentive to provide additional discounts because they know they have the revenue anyway. And
Yes.
so that's where I think, and we'll talk a lot more, I'm sure, about the multi-carrier piece, but that opens up a lot of flexibility, whereas single carrier may work for some companies. Perhaps their business doesn't change often. The services one carrier provides, without a doubt, always meets their needs. I think that's usually the exception, though.